if you can't find a job, then you game. And if you can't game, you choke everybody else's dreams away. So I've decided that it is time to begin laying out for the latest, most horrifying thing I can take and do. This is How Not to Game with Callie Jack. I'm Callie Jack. And if I sound a little bit rough, we're still on cup of coffee number 1. And we know it takes at least a pot and a half to hydrate me up, or caffeinate me up, I should say. So let's take a sip of that coffee and slowly add to the chaos that is this game I call. So if I do this and then an immediate hard turn launch. Nah, we're going to do a tunnel. Dive into the tunnel. Which will let me do the one thing I really didn't want to have done, but the goal of today's session, first session, is to begin building towards something unusual. And that unusual thing is, of course, it's time to add more chaos than ever before. And how do we do that? It's time to go to the airport. So, four possible destinations on our first run out. Lay that runway. Laying runway number 1. Connect the taxiway in. At both ends. And we're going to use just the old 1950s terminal. Connect it to a train station. And then we need one more thing here. We need our aerodrome. pause the game. And I don't foresee needing very much right off the bat. So now we need to decide who's going to get the airport. And we do that the easy way, citizen sort. Rendon. Rendon's the only one that's really needful of it. I could do it to Old Mouth and see if that really blows up the city, but I don't think there's enough to support it back. So let's go to Rendon. Figure a nice little spot just right over here. Matter of fact, we can even here at Rendon pull off a miracle. I think we can. All right, we just got to see which way they're going to say we're taking off and landing in. Once we figure that out, then we can start having some fun. Shall we now launch that first airplane? We're going to schedule you from here to here. %, load, 20% load on return. Quacker 165 after its vehicle number, which is what we're going to do. get a train onto that to feed it out to the airport from the Nexus end. Which is going to be tough. Tough. Somehow or another, it had people. Oh my goodness. There we go, looking pretty good. I'm getting it there. Time to dispatch that train. %50. And we're looking pretty good. Not feeling very peppy this morning, as you can tell with the coffee not in me yet. But I'm working on it. Watching all my trains take and move around, get around, and lump around. We need to figure out what we can do to boost production out here. Well, we don't get a production boost at all. So it's just what we're generating, which is 119 cubic meters. Doesn't quite fill up a train. In fact, I think anymore it's almost to the point where that's just a couple of cars with the newer, bigger cars. Well, we've got everything going pretty much as good as I can get it. I do have some other things we can do. With the airplane running, do need to do a change here. We'll have to figure out some new names besides Aerodrome and Station. Time to do a little bit of road work here because we need to figure out how many people we can get. 14, 19, 23 people working out here. So I think I'm going to take and just run a short bus every once in a while. Collect from races fuel, interstop, and bring them in out here to the we're trying to drive growth in the community. And we forgot to do the road bus stop out here. There we go. Not going to worry about that. And just a reminder that I got the minibus on it. And I think it is time to consider growing Springdon a little bit more, Springcross a little bit more. So we're going to level this all out for a moment. Put a train line there. Dipper here. Perfect. This is going to not work. Darn. The plan was to tunnel through, and then I didn't realize that this guy is too tight. But to make it work, I am willing to do some work. Kind of decided I was going to take and tie in Ashlock and New Cross out here. And that's what I'm trying to work towards. I think we'll finish this line that I'm building in the next video. But as you can see, it's going to be a bit of a chaotic feed to get over there until we get to here, and then it's going to be kind of squared away until we get into how we want to try to service. Do we come into the original station? Do we build a new station? All questions that need to be answered on How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. This has been the Devil's Towers 1969 Max Chaos Sessions episode 28. As I did not announce that, I was waking up, I fully admit. The coffee's slowly kicking in, guys. Max Chaos means I'm going for maximum amounts of chaotic spaghetti routing. Roads, everything is going to start getting crazy because you know what? Real soon we're going to get freeways. And when I get freeways, which I've already technically got right there, it's going to be fun.